Different lipstick, different day. You don't know the difference. As far as you know, it is a different day. Woo! Thermonuclear. It's like a mushroom cloud of warmth inside your body. Hey friends, it's Kasha again. I don't know if you're coming from my best of 2018, best of all time, my favorites ever makeup video, but if you are, hello and welcome back. This is kind of like a part 2 to that, basically the same idea. This is like a best of 2018 products, but seeing as I've never done a favorites video before, I might as well just go ahead and just talk about of my favorite products of all time. And this video is going to be specifically skincare, hair care, body care. So these products are, many of them are my favorite of all time. Some of them are new in 2018, but most of them I've had for even longer than that, and they've continued to be my favorite until now. And here we are, we're gonna talk about all my favorite things. So, I guess we'll go ahead and start with the face and the skincare on the face. I guess we'll go ahead and start with cleansing. Now, my favorite cleanser of all time, I've tried a lot of cleansers, and I've tried a lot of really great cleansers that I've really enjoyed. But you know what? My favorite cleanser of all time remains. I haven't tried anything really groundbreaking this year, so it remains to be my Clinique Mild Facial Soap. It's the one that comes with a green bottle. I'll try to insert a picture of it on the screen somewhere. I don't have it right now because I emptied it out, and I'm kind of trying to sample a bunch of different cleansers right now, so I don't have it. But it is a beautiful cleanser. I've talked about it in my most recent empties video. Maybe I'll link it down below. I have emptied out this cleanser 3 times, maybe 4 times, and I've also purchased it for my boyfriend. Because he's got oily skin. I got him the oily skin formula, and it's just like a really good no-nonsense cleanser. Like, it's great for washing off everything. It's a deep skin cleanser, but it's also great for washing off makeup. And it doesn't clog your pores, it doesn't dry you out. It is just great, and it just does everything. It's no nonsense cleanser. I think one day I'll go ahead and repurchase it again, just because it's great. Right now I'm just kind of, I've got lots of cleansers that I'm kind of working through and trying out, but that was a really good one, and I definitely would get it again someday. Here's another Clinique cleanser that I love. This is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. This is just a mini right here. But I've tried many cleansing balms and cleansing oils before. And I've tried, you know, the Pharmacy Makeup Melter, and I've tried the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Makeup. But I do still believe that this one is the best. And it's the cheapest. You get, this is just the mini. I think I got this for like $12 or something like that. The Big Mama is still not very expensive, and you get so much product. It's just the best. It just like kind of sinks into your skin better than coconut oil would. I haven't heard anybody complain that I know of it irritating their skin, and it does a beautiful job taking, like, just removing all your makeup. Unlike the Pharmacy cleanser, like the Pharmacy one, you have to kind of use it twice to get all your makeup off, you know, but this one is just a one and done, and just a really awesome cleansing balm. Clinique is a super underrated brand. I don't know if this is going to come up again in this video, but I just feel like their skincare products just kind of do what they say they're going to do. Next up is my Shiseido facial cottons that I use for removing makeup, for applying toner, applying essence. It's ridiculous that I buy a cotton from Shiseido, but the thing is that it is the best cotton in the whole world. It's super soft. It like just feels really nice on the skin. It just feels like no other facial cotton in the world. I feel like they don't absorb as much product as other cottons. It's like that helps your products last longer, and that's cool too. So love those. This would be kind of like a toner. I don't really have a favorite toner of all time. I've tried a few that I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed the Beauty Water. I've enjoyed the Fresh toner. I've used a Kiehl's toner that was great. They were all great, but I haven't decided which one's my favorite. And toners are actually kind of a new thing in my life. But I will say that this is the best micellar water in the whole world. And micellar water can sometimes be used as a toner as long as you're not doing it all the time. But it's so beautiful at removing makeup, doesn't irritate. Like I actually use this to prep clients' faces when I freelance as well. And it just gets their face all nice and cleansed and ready for whatever I'm going to put on it. So I really love Bioderma. This is definitely the best micellar water on the market. Now, I don't have a favorite essence. You know, right now I'm using a Clarisonic essence, and it's very nice. And I've tried a mini of the Tatcha essence, and it's nice, but I haven't picked a favorite one yet. So I guess the next step in my routine would be serums. So I finally bit the billet and bought a big one of these. I love this Drunk Elephant Serum a Day serum. I just feel like every time I put this on my face feels immediately brighter. And like I immediately like feel like my skin's plumper, brighter, more healthy looking. And I just love it. This stuff is just awesome. And then if you use it more often and more repeatedly, just the quality of your skin just seems to just get better. So I really love this stuff. It's definitely my favorite serum. Definitely my favorite vitamin C product out there. It smells good. The packaging is genius to keep the air out. I haven't gotten a full size before. I've only had the mini before. I did notice that towards the end of me using the mini, it did start to change color, so that means that it's going bad. So I am wondering if I'm going to use this fast enough so it doesn't go bad. I mean, it's not hard to use this because I love it so much, so I'm just going to be going ahead and working through it every day and using it all the time. I recently started using the Hair Tiger Grass serum, and I really love that for nighttime. But I haven't used enough of it to know if it's a favorite yet, but I have been enjoying it quite a bit. Next up is a couple exfoliators. I think my favorite physical exfoliator that I've ever tried is this. I still just have a mini. This is the Exuviance Triple Microdermabrasion Face Polish. That took a lot of work. This is a beautiful physical exfoliator. It has these like tiny little particles inside that are so finely milled that they just kind of rub away any dead skin cells in like the most gentle physical way possible. I just really like this. I think this is the finest physical exfoliator that I've ever used, so I think this is really nice. I don't use it very often because I don't want to freak my skin out, basically, but I use this like once a week, maybe once every other week when my skin is particularly needing some exfoliation, and this is really nice. Another exfoliator that I think is just something special, this is probably one of my favorite things, and it really kind of helps to straighten out my skin whenever it needs a little exfoliation. These are the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Universal Daily Peel Pads. They're just awesome. Like, it just gives your skin that new skin effect, you know. One of these pads you rub all over your face to exfoliate, the other one to smooth, and your skin just feels new. It feels ready for makeup. It feels just ready to go, you know. No dead skin cells, no nothing. Really love this stuff. I've tried quite a few eye creams this year, but I haven't really found one that I would consider to be my favorite. But I will say that this one right here is my most used eye cream, and it is quite wonderful. This is the It Cosmetics Confidence in an Eye Cream. It's a really great eye cream for basically any skin type, oily, dry. And I have noticed that it has brightened my eyes and it has tightened my eyes ever so slightly, just a little bit. But it's beautifully like moisturizing too. It gives me the hydration that I need. And I keep getting psoriasis on my eyelids. And whenever I have a breakout, I start using this again. And over time, it helps to make my psoriasis go away, so I rather enjoy this. you know, I feel like there's room for me to be blown away by an eye cream in the future. I just haven't tried one that has blown me away more than this. This one's very, very nice. And I guess out of the ones that I've tried, it is my favorite. I have a mini of the Caudalie Gold eye cream, the Les Yeux eye cream or something. I forget what it was called, but I also have some A Cosmetics Bye-Bye Under Eye cream. That one I've heard great things about too. I have a eye serum from Drunk Elephant I'm excited to check out. Oh, I did try a sample of the C Tango eye cream from Drunk Elephant, and that one was lovely, but I can't, after using a sample, I don't think it's enough for me to say that that's my favorite, but I've rather enjoy it. As far as the most product I've used though, it's definitely this one, and this one's very nice. Now, unfortunately, I used up my favorite moisturizer. This is kind of like my favorite moisturizer's baby sister that I'll show you right here. This is the Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve moisturizer. This is a beautiful moisturizer. It's so hydrating. It almost kind of has a natural firming effect that I really like, and I love it. But I do prefer the Rose face moisturizer. Like I said, it's kind of like a sister to this moisturizer. I love the rose one a little bit more. I've turned on so many of my family members to that moisturizer. Like, I've got my sister-in-law loving it. I've got my mom loving it. I've got a friend Taylor loving it. Like, I've turned on so many people to that moisturizer. It is so good. Deeply hydrating. That's what I love about it. And rose as an ingredient is deeply hydrating, and it smells great. Oh, the Fresh Rose moisturizer is just amazing. This one's really amazing too. They're like pretty neck and neck, but I just like the rose one a little bit more. But this one's great too. Over the last couple of years, I have learned that there is not an ailment in the world that oils can't fix. I started learning this when I purchased this product. This is a life-changing product. Marula Oil for dry people. I can't live without this. I haven't tried any other Marula oils, but this one's just so great that I don't know if I need to try anybody else. I am worried that the day will come one day when this is all gone and I'm going to be really sad. I'm pretty down low actually already because I put this everywhere. I put it all over my face, I put it all over my eyelids, I put it on my psoriasis patches whenever I need them. I even put it in my scalp because there was a point in the winter that I got so fed up with how itchy and dry and flaky my scalp was that I put the Marula oil all up in my scalp and I washed it out in the morning and my scalp felt better. It moisturized me a little bit. Anytime my skin feels like it just needs help, it just needs to be straightened out, I put this on and it straightens it out. I also like to put it on my lips, and I put the Bite Agave Lip Mask on top, and that will straighten out my lips a little bit too. I mean, my lips are just forever chapped. There's just no helping them. If anything was gonna help it, it's this stuff. The Drunk Marula face oil is just amazing. Next up, I've got to show you is some like lip moisturizers. Now, I typically have, like, whenever I'm not wearing lipstick, I'm always got some sort of lip balm on. I really love this. You've probably heard this talked about a bajillion times on the internet, but this is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is just like the berry kind of scent. Is this ever gonna focus? Yeah, that's good enough, right? You can see that, right? This has some AHAs in it, some exfoliators. So, it's not recommended to use during the day because it's like the AHAs make your skin more sensitive to the sun. Ooh, it smells so good. It smells like strawberry starburst. Anyway, but if I'm not going out, I'll use this as a daily like lip moisturizer. I know it's probably not good for you, but you know, it's better than letting your lips just kind of start cracking and peeling, right? I can't find my Agave Lip Mask anywhere, but I also love the Agave Lip Mask. It comes in like a little gray tube, and that one's a little bit thicker. It's a lot bit thicker. This one's a beautiful texture. Like anybody will love this. Anybody will be like, yep, this feels good. But the Agave Lip Mask is a little bit more heavy duty. Like if your lips are super chapped and nothing works to get your lips not chapped, try the Agave Lip Mask. That might actually do something for you. Love those both a favorite. This is a random little thing that's, that it counts as skincare. This is the Hello toothpaste. It's the activated charcoal toothpaste. This is like really cool stuff. It's got activated charcoal in it and it whitens your teeth, and it's like when you're brushing your teeth, everything's all black inside. It's pretty crazy. It makes a huge mess in the bathroom, but I originally bought this because it is SLS free and it has coconut oil in it. I've heard that coconut oil can be pretty good for your teeth. It can prevent gingivitis. It's naturally antiviral, antimicrobial. And I've even heard that it can like prevent cavities and like regrow your teeth. That seems pretty far-fetched. I haven't noticed my cavities reversing themselves after using this. But I picked this up primarily because it is SLS free. Last winter, I had this problem where my lips would get so chapped in the corners of my mouth that they would just kind of split and be really tender. It's called angular dermatitis, I believe. My doctor told me that was not like a fungal infection, but I also heard from Caroline Herons saying that toothpaste with SLS can cause that, and I believe her. I'm just like, yeah, toothpaste is pretty drying and abrasive, like regular Crest and Colgate. It's pretty drying and abrasive, and this is not drying and abrasive, and so far so good, knock on wood, that I haven't gotten angular dermatitis since I started using this stuff. And it's just cool. It just, look how like cute the packaging is. It's just like chic. It doesn't even look like it's toothpaste, right? But I love this. Let's go ahead and move on to hair care. So I have really thin hair, right? And I haven't really kind of found things for my hair that I really love. I started using Nioxin this year to see if my hair would grow any, and I'm just not seeing a significant difference. So I'm not over here, even though I've used a ton of Nioxin this year, I'm not over here singing its praises about how it's the best shampoo. I haven't used a shampoo that's really blown me out of the water in so long. But the shampoo and conditioner I'm about to talk about is actually very practical, and that's why I like it. The first thing is that I've always had dry scalp issues. I've always had psoriasis on my scalp, and I've really wanted this year to focus on taking good care of my scalp and trying to get rid of some of that dryness, some of that psoriasis. And I feel like this product really helps. This is the Brio Gio Scalp Revival Charcoal and Coconut Oil Shampoo. Are you even focusing? It's beautiful. It smells really nice. It smells a little bit coconutty, and it's like it comes in this jar and you rub it into your scalp and it's got these fine exfoliating particles inside there. It like exfoliates your scalp without scratching it too much, without damaging your scalp, because as you know, if you scratch your scalp too much, it can actually make your scalp drier, more damaged, and more flaky. I am really good at exfoliating my whole body because I've got psoriasis on my body, and you know, you gotta exfoliate your face if you want your makeup to look nice and smooth, right? But so I think people forget about taking care of your scalp, and I don't want to forget about taking care of my scalp anymore. And I think, you know, this would dry out your hair if you used it too often, but I don't use it that often. I just kind of use it once a week or so. And then I also follow it up with, I tried like so many deep conditioning masks throughout the year, but I think this one might actually be my favorite. This is the Brio Gio Despair Repair Hair Mask, and it's a nice little friend to the Brio Gio. It's just a really good hair mask. I feel like my hair is soft and nourished after I use this. It feels a little bit stronger. I've used a lot of really great ones this year. Like I really loved, and you can see down in my empties video, I really love the Way one. I really love the Amika Nourishing Mask. That one was super nice. But this one was like especially nice too. And this is the one I ended up getting a full size of. I think I especially wanted to get a full size of this just because it was one of the hair masks that I loved the most. It paired well with this guy. Oh, and this one's really great on the scalp because it kind of like makes your scalp feel cooler, which is especially nice on your very itchy days. So these are really awesome. An honorable mention I'd like to talk about for hair masks. It's almost all gone. This is the L'Oreal Total Repair 5 Damage Erasing Balm. I think they've changed the name. I think it's called like L5 or something like that. It's almond and protein and caramide rich like deep conditioning mask from the drugstore. This jar costs like $5 and it smells great. As you can see, I've only got like maybe 3 uses left in there. But for $5, this is definitely the best deep conditioning mask from the drugstore I've ever tried. I love using this. Like, I know it's not really that good for your hair to add too much protein to it. If you are constantly adding protein to your hair, it will make it brittle. Every time I use it, I have a great hair day. And for $5 for a can that has lasted me a year, it's great. Another honorable mention I wanted to quickly just talk about. This is the Marc Anthony Anti-Frizz Deep Conditioning Mask. This is another great like drugstore mask that is to help you fight frizz, and it totally does that. It like every time I use this, I have a great hair day. Like my hair feels so smooth, so silky, and just frizz free and just damage free. It just looks beautiful after I use this stuff, and I love it so much. This does not count as a conditioner, so to speak. This is kind of like a more high-end effect of what the Marc Anthony mask does. This is Olaplex Hair Perfector number 3. Used this a handful of times and I love it. It's supposed to be a bond repair treatment. As you can see, I haven't used a ton of it yet, but I do feel like my hair has become stronger since I used it. But immediately I feel like my hair is immediately healthier and my hair is immediately shinier and always smooth after I use this stuff. So I really love Olaplex a lot, and I hope that it makes my hair stronger over time. It needs all the help that it can get. My hair is like super weak. For someone who doesn't do their hair very often, it's gonna be kind of hilarious how many hair products I'm gonna talk about, but here's my all-time favorite dry shampoo. This is just the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day dry shampoo, and it just does everything a dry shampoo is supposed to do. It really kind of makes your hair look like you just shampooed it. It absorbs all the oil, it freshens it up, it gives it a little bit of volume. It just looks awesome after you use this stuff. I love this. My favorite drugstore dry shampoo is obviously the Batiste Dry Shampoo. Same idea as the Living Proof one, but this one's just, I don't know, the Living Proof one is a little bit more intense, but this one's fine too for just like everyday use. I just kind of use this in my hair kit when I do hairstyling for clients. And I use this maybe on special occasions, but I just kind of stick to the Batiste just because it's so much cheaper and it's just great too. This one leaves more of a white cast than this one does too. They both leave a bit of a white cast, but you can brush them out pretty easily. This one does a little bit more, this one a little less. They both do it. They both are easy to kind of brush out, and you no longer have a white cast, so no big deal. This is my favorite hairspray that I've used. I have a Way, one of those like memory mist from Way, but I just don't know. I haven't really used that one enough yet, but I do know that I love this one. This is a super awesome shampoo. This is the number 25 from Kenra. It smells great, just feels great. I use this in my kit. It's almost all gone. I feel like it's down to there somewhere. Nice big can, lasts a long time. Really good finishing spray. This is something that I kind of just discovered this year. Whenever my hair is like, if I've been dry shampooing my hair a lot and I need it to look a little bit shinier and more hydrated, I love using this dry oil from IGK. It just makes your hair look just shinier, more hydrated, pretty, and it's nice for tousling. If you're trying to do like one of those done-in kind of looks, but you want it to be like shiny, this is what I like to polish things off with. I've tried a ton of like leave-in treatments throughout the year, and none of them really kind of stick out to me too much, but this is probably my favorite leave-in oil that I've ever used. This is just the Moroccan Oil Treatment, the original regular kind. I've used other like argan oils and other Moroccan oils from like the drugstore, but they're not quite the same as this one. I feel like my hair is a little bit stronger when I use this. It feels shinier, smoother. Like I used one from Organics, I think the brand is called, and I can't wait to use it up because it just lasts forever, and I just don't feel like it works nearly as well as this one. I feel like the other one kind of makes my hair weaker faster, if you know what I mean. But this one's really great. I love this one. We're quickly moving on to my favorite category. I love skincare, of course, but I've really kind of fallen in love with Bodycare over the last year. And I've got a couple of my very favorite things to show you here. So, my very favorite shower wash-up product in the world is this shower oil from L'Occitane. This is a brand spanking new one. This is nice and full, but this is just the best thing to soap up in the shower in the world. It's hydrating, it smells delicious, it's luxurious all over the body. Oh man. You know, this is expensive and it's hard to get my hands on this now, but I recently started working at Sephora again, so I picked up some more online with my discount, but this is just delicious. I just want to smell it. Oh, it's so good. And yeah, it just leaves your skin feeling hydrated. Some people are freaked out by the idea of using a shower oil. You think that you're just going to make the shower all oily and then you're going to slip and kill yourself. But it's not like that. It really kind of just washes away nice and clean. It doesn't make the shower all slippery. It's beautiful. I also use a ton of body scrubs just because I need to keep that dry skin at bay, and I've tried a whole bunch of different ones, but I feel like this is probably my favorite, and the price is right, so that is another thing that I love about it. And it smells so good. My boyfriend's tried this a bunch of times and he loves it so much too. He loves how it smells, he loves how it feels. This is almost all gone. This is my second jar of this stuff. Tree Hut Sugar Body Scrub, and this one's in the scent Moroccan Rose. Before I had one in the scent Cocoa Nut. Both are just delightful scents, and they are such a beautiful texture, you know. It's suspended in a thick gel, like a thick oil, and it's oily enough that the sugar doesn't break down right away, so you can get a very good exfoliation happening. So it's very effective for exfoliating, and I love it so much for that. I've tried a bunch of exfoliators from Lush. I've tried Buffy. I've tried a sample of the Ocean scrub. I forget what it's called. It's just like the Ocean one. And I've tried the little Bumblebee exfoliator. Now, Lush is amazing for their body products, and I rather love them. There isn't a Lush nearby, so I love that I've found this, and this is so effective and so good and smells so great, and it's just a fun time. Like, I look forward to taking a shower where I get to use this. Like, I love it so much. I love it so much. And I think this is the last thing I have to share with you. But this is my favorite moisturizer of all time for the body. Like, it's my favorite body lotion. This is called Dream Cream from Lush. And it's called they say it's a calming and cooling cream to moisturize even the most sensitive skin. Yes, I would agree with that. I have fallen in love with this because these ingredients are so calming and so delicious, and the scent is nice, but it's not too much. Oh, it's empty. I'm so sad. I thought I had one more use in it, but I don't. I have to go get some more. It's my favorite. But it's made with oat milk and lavender and rose water, and a bunch of other ingredients that I've been told are great for psoriasis. And in the past, when I've used this, it has helped clear up my psoriasis in a real way. Like, this moisturizer in particular has been better at helping me fight psoriasis than any other moisturizer. I mean, My dermatologist recommended this stuff called Dermasil. It's just like $1 at the Dollar Tree, and the price was right, and it was really effective. But there's just something about Lush products that is just so nice and delightful, and I love it so much. So that was all my favorite body products, or my skincare, my body care, my hair care. Those are all my favorite products for all of that. Let me know down below if any of the products that I mentioned were also your favorites too, if there's anything you'd like to try. I think I'd like to throw in a couple other favorites from 2018 on here, just a couple little lifestyle favorites. If you follow me on Instagram, you may know that I'm a beer, food, and travel enthusiast, alongside doing makeup and face painting and just doing art. And I have been lucky enough to travel quite a bit this year, and it's hard to say which of the places that I visited were my favorite. They were all my favorite. Like, all the traveling that I did this year has been amazing. In January of 2018, I went to Trinidad and Tobago. That was the most, how do I say this? World-growing experience. Like, it made the world feel like a bigger place. The way people lived there was so unexpected. It was so different. We went to Trinidad, and we went to Maracas Beach, and we went to Port of Spain, and then we went to Tobago, which was it felt like being in a different country altogether. Life there was so different. We tried some wild meat from the jungle. That was like the most interesting meal I've ever had in my entire life. It was just like the most different meal I've ever had in my life. And I've eaten some weird stuff, you guys. I've eaten like pig's ears and goose hearts and organs. Like, I've eaten all types of crazy shit. A wild lap, which my boyfriend has called a jungle rat. Caribbean spices on it. It was just something else. And feeling the warmth and learning the slang of another country. Like, they party so hard out in Trinidad and Tobago, and they call it liming. They like to go out liming. It's like, and when we went there, it was like a couple weeks before Carnival. So everybody was playing the Carnival music, and one of the songs was like, we limin', we limin', we limin', we limin'. And I got really, really drunk. Probably the most drunk I've been all year. And the most hungover I've been all year. So, you know, upsides and downsides. Lots of bug bites, most beautiful beaches I've ever seen. And then in February, we went to Disney. I'd never been to Disney before, and Disney was such a relaxing and magical and just fun place to be. It was super expensive, so, you know, you win some, you lose some. But I loved going to Disney. I loved to go back. I really enjoyed Epcot and drinking around the world and going and seeing all the endangered animals at Animal Kingdom, and just, I don't know, reliving some of my little childhood nostalgia moments and seeing the princesses and everything. It was just great. I loved it so much. Oh, Soarin'. The ride Soarin' was so super fun in Epcot. Loved it so much. In March, I went for a little road trip around Arizona and Nevada with my friend Taylor. We both agreed that it was a transformative trip. We laughed, we cried, we were moved by the landscape together. We went to go see the Grand Canyon, Antelope Canyon, and Horseshoe Bend, and then we spent a day in Vegas and we saw Cirque du Soleil and got some recreational weed from the dispensary because it was legal. Holla! We went on the slingshot on the Stratosphere. It was like that weird ride that slings you up. God, that was fucking terrifying. But all in all, it like opened up my eyes, and we talked about some deep shit. Well, we ate an In-N-Out burger, and it was delicious, and it made me feel like, I don't know if this is like TMI, I don't know if I'm being a little bit too vulnerable, but I had problems with feeling like I didn't deserve to make more friends. And during that trip, I learned that I deserve to make more friends. I'm somebody that people can be friends with, you know. I don't have to be scared that I'm just gonna annoy everybody around me and nobody wants to be my friend. And then I almost broke down, and I broke down into tears because we went to see the sunset at the Grand Canyon, and when the sun went down, the full moon came out, and it was just one of the most beautiful things. I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. And then in April, I had a gig working on, this is just, I can't even begin to talk about how amazing this was. I got to face paint on the inaugural voyage of the largest cruise ship on Earth, the Symphony of the Seas. And it was like, I'd never been on a cruise ship before, and it was just like, my boyfriend kept calling it The Matrix, because it didn't feel like it was real life. It felt like we were in some sort of different dimension where everybody has money to buy the newly released Peter Max paintings and the newly discovered Rembrandt paintings, and there was apparently more art than in the Louvre on that ship, and we got to visit Naples, Italy, and Civitavecchia, Italy, and Barcelona. And in that trip I made a trip out of going to see, this wasn't part of the cruise, but we also went to Prague and visited Amsterdam. It was just so much fun. I feel so lucky that I had no idea that it was going to be on the biggest cruise ship on Earth, but God, do I feel lucky. And the food was delicious. The whole experience was delicious. There was so much fun stuff to do. We went in the hot tubs, you know. We played the casino games. We met some fascinating weirdos from all around the world. We went to Civitavecchia, and my boyfriend drew caricatures of this small wine shop owner. He made his own sulfate-free wines. He didn't speak any English. He was using all the English he had. We were using all the Italian we had, and we had a really warm, sweet interaction. And my boyfriend drew caricatures of him and his family, and then they gave us a bottle of wine to take home with us, of the most delicious wine, like this sulfate-free, delicious wine. Why am I so sensitive today? But the goddamn ship people took my bottle of wine and lost it! And then they tried to replace it with some random bottle of wine. It was not the same, you guys. It was not the same. Oh! On that trip, while we were in Italy at an outdoor market, I got my favorite bag. This was something I would definitely call a favorite. How cool this bag is, you guys. I get so many compliments on this bag, and I bought this in Italy. And anytime somebody compliments me, she's like, wow, that's such a cool bag. And I'm like, yeah, I got it in Italy. Every time I look at how cool this bag is, it matches without every outfit, by the way, and just so chic. It's falling apart a little bit though, see? But it's just awesome and fashionable, and it makes me think of that trip and how amazing it was. An unfavorite part of that trip was in Barcelona, some teenage twerps snatched a 20-euro bill out of my hand. So I technically got robbed in Barcelona. It could have been way worse. It wasn't that scary. They almost tried to take my cell phone too. They almost tried to take my iPhone, but I pushed them around and screamed, fuck you, and they gave me back my iPhone, thankfully. But yeah, some twerp snatched a $20 or 20-euro bill out of my hand and ran off. And I was robbed in Barcelona. But it was not that scary. I got over it really quickly. I was just upset. I mean, how freaky is that? And I came back home and I moved to Northampton almost immediately after that. Broke for a while, and I had a low point of the year where I was just kind of trying to get myself to be unbroke, and I was taking on more work than what was making me mentally sane. I was making myself insane with how much work I was taking on. I felt really stressed. I felt like I didn't want to do makeup ever again. I had done so much makeup that I was just like, this isn't fun anymore. This sucks. I'm not inspired. I don't want to do this. And I realized that the only reason I was feeling like that was because I was burning myself out. So that was a low point. And yeah, just try not to get yourself in debt again, and then you don't have to take on more gigs than you can chew. I went to IMATS in April after I came back from that trip, and I saw the Anastasia doing a brow demo, and that was just like moved my life. And all the stuff I bought and how inspired I was after IMATS was just awesome. I loved IMATS. Kind of stuck around for a little while. We chilled. We kind of just tried to make a lot of money. In August, we did a local little vacation out to the beach. We went to Hampton Beach. Hampton Beach was amazing. I loved it. I turned 28 that week, by the way. It was just like a fun way to enjoy my birthday. Going to the beach, drinking beer, smashing lobster rolls, making fun of trashy beachgoers, doing silly little arcade games, playing at the arcade, you know, beach vacation. Hampton Beach. It was so much fun. I loved it so much. Then at the end of August, we went up to New York for 2 days, and we visited Brooklyn, and we went and got pastrami sandwiches at Second Ave Deli. My favorite and the best pastrami sandwiches in the world. It was my favorite. And I loved it. And I really felt like I was experiencing New York. And we were hanging out in Bushwick and hanging out with the locals, and we went to see an underground punk show. And Mike was drawing caricatures all around the city, and we were getting free $14 glasses of wine, drinking picklebacks at the Bushwick Country Club, which is where the pickleback was born. God, that trip to New York was so special and so much fun, and I think I got a ticket. I got a stupid $90 parking ticket. Like I say, you win some, you lose some. And then on Halloween, I had a gig in Salem where I had to do a bunch of skull makeups for a group of just kind of like tourists. They were just kind of there. They were just these guys visiting from Canada, wanting to visit Salem. They wanted a really sick Halloween costume. So they hired me to come do some skull makeups for them, and they came out awesome. Maybe I'll insert them on the screen. But then we hung out in Salem, and it was so much fun. Oh gosh. I love costume culture. Like a couple years ago, I went to New Orleans for Halloween, and that blew my mind, seeing everybody's costumes there. Same idea with Salem. Salem, everybody's costumes are so sick. Everybody's out on the street in their costumes partying, and there's music, and there's food, and there's beer, and there's everybody here to appreciate Halloween. And I appreciate Halloween, so that was awesome. And that was the last big trip that I did. That was just like a 1-day trip out to Salem, but that was so much fun. We met so many friendly people. We had tacos in this taco place in Beverly. They were just like, I couldn't believe how cheap and delicious tacos on the East Coast could be. It blew my mind. It was crazy. Some beers that I sampled in 2018 that were blowing my mind. Of course, Fresh Pick from Fort Hill Brewery, like a local brewery, which is like the next town over. Excellent, like it's totally crushable. It's very citrusy, so you kind of, if you drink too much, you get a little bit of heartburn, but I don't care because I love it so much. It's so tasty, and the price is right. It's like $10 for a 6-pack. Can't go wrong. Evil Twin was putting out so many great beers this year. Limited edition beers though, and it makes me sad because one of them was just amazing. It was called I've Always Felt Closer to IPA Than I Ever Did with People. Long title, but it's a title that speaks to me. Love that. That was so delicious. It was a good way to call it. They had another IPA that had a snappy title. I can't remember what it was, but that one was also delicious. So I was really loving that. And you know what? I'm inspired to start a beer blog for 2019. Let me know if you're interested in checking it out. Anyway, I think I'm done rambling now. 2018 was a really good year. I really loved the products that I got to talk to you guys about. Let me know what your favorite products were. Let me know what your favorite moments. Let me know what your favorite beers of 2018 were. I'd love to try your beers. Leave that down in the comments below. But I also like to do a cool trip in like February or March of 2019. So let me know down in the comments what trips I should check out. If I should come visit you. let me know somewhere beautiful that would be really transformative for me in 2019. Anyway, that's it for me for now, guys. I hope you're not too sick of me talking, but I really thank you for watching this video. I hope you got something cool out of it. I hope you learned something. I hope this skincare sounds like the kind of skincare you might want to try that might actually change your life, because the skincare that I talked about here, like some of it's pretty life-changing, some of it's pretty crazy. So I hope you guys have a really happy new year, and I will see you again in another video really soon. Bye. Exuviance to kind of save the living proof one for like, I mostly the sugar is in is suspended